Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? It is time to start our day. It is time to work and play. Hello everybody, how are you? Hi everyone. Today we are here going to talk about shapes. Do you have a favorite shape? I don't really have a favorite shape. I have a friend whose favorite shape is the heart. Maybe that's your favorite shape. And that happens to be the shape that we're talking about this month. Maybe you like circles the best. Maybe you like octagons the best. Anybody like pentagons or hexagons or heptagons the best? Or rectangles. There's all kinds of cool shapes out there. Today we're going to take a look at some of them and we're going to do some things with some of them. I'd like to start off with kind of a fun book. It's called Circle Rolls. Now before we even get into it, let's think about it. Circle rolls. That makes sense, right? A circle is round, doesn't have any corners. If you started to roll it, it should roll. What about some of the other shapes? Do you think a triangle can roll? Or a rectangle? Or a square? Maybe an oval could, but it'd be kind of a bumpy ride. Well, let's see what happens. In this book, Circle Rolls. Circle rolls. Can you see the man here? He sneezes. He says, choo! And this force the sneeze pushes circle and he starts rolling away. Let's see what happens. Oval rocks. Square sits like a box. And here goes circle rolling past everybody. Circle rolls. Rectangle stands. Triangle points without any hands. Uh-oh, triangle. Look at triangle's face. He's looking angry. I wonder why he's angry. Doesn't look too happy. Circle rolls, never stops, hits point. You think that's why triangle is angry? Oh no! Circle pops. Now look at how many circles are on those pages. There's just circles everywhere. Circle drops as tiny bits, which land on square as it sits. Square, achoo, sneezes, diamond trips, pushes star, and star tips. Star tumbles end to end, bumps line, and makes it bend. There's something we haven't talked before, line. Bent line becomes a slide. Shapes glide and fly and collide. Whirl, twirl, flip, flop. Octagon says, shapes, stop. Star rises, buffs its shine, untips diamond, all straighten line. Heart appears and gathers bits off the ground where square sits. They piece together one bit, two, using tape and globs of glue. Heart double checks, no more holes. There we go. Ready, set, circle rolls. Heart saved the day. Heart came and put circle back together. Well, like I said, we are talking about hearts this month. So let's take a moment and look just at the heart shape. I made a heart magnifier. You can make one too if you'd like. I cut a piece of cardboard into a heart shape and put a hole in the middle, put a stick on it. So then I can go around inside, outside, and I can look for shapes that look like this. I'm going to see if I can find any other shapes in my house. And right behind me, right away, look at what I spy. Look at this. It matches. Heart on a heart. And even up here, I have some hearts. So I could go all around my house and inside and outside, like I said, and see if I can find some hearts. This is something that you can make at home too. And then what I like to do is, see, I just have this taped on because next month when we talk about a new shape, I'll take this part off. I'll keep my stem and I'll put next month's shape on top. So that's one thing you can do with your heart. Here's something else we could do. I have these special pouches. They've got like a plastic front on them. And can you see what shape is inside my special pouch? It's the shape, of course, of a heart. Now, what I like about these pouches is I can take a dry erase marker. It's a special kind of marker. Why do things never open for me? There we go. I can take my dry erase marker, make sure there's not a glare, and I can come and trace on top of the heart. Tracing on top of something helps me learn how to write it. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to put it right on the top point of the heart. I'm going to go up and around, and then I'm going to come down to the bottom point, and then I'm going to go up and around over here, back to where I started. I traced the heart, and that helps me learn it. Now, what I like about this is I have an eraser. Watch what I can do. The special dry erase marker allows me to erase it, so I can do it again and again and again and again. Let's do it one more time. This time, I'm going to come this direction. So I start at the point, I go up, I go around, I follow it down to that point, and I'm going to go up and around and follow it back to the middle. Then when I'm done, I erase it so a friend can do it, or I can do it again later. So that's something you can do with hearts as well. I, of course, also have a heart song. So let me get this heart out again. You ready? This is a heart. This is a heart. How can you tell? How can you tell? It's rounded on the top and pointy at the bottom. This is a heart. This is a heart. Can you sing with me? This is a heart. This is a heart. How can you tell? How can you tell? It's rounded on the top and pointy on the bottom. It's a heart. It's a heart. There you go. So, while we've been doing our school time together, we started out by talking about a circle, then we learned about a square, then a triangle, a star, a rectangle, and now we're on a heart. We've learned about 6 shapes together. Inside this bag, I have those 6 shapes. I'm going to give you clues, and let's see if you can guess what they are, what the shapes are, what I'm going to pull out. Okay, let me peek inside. What's my first shape? Okay, my first shape has 1, 2, 3 corners, and it has 1, 2, 3 sides. Does anybody remember what shape that we learned about had 3 corners and 3 sides? It was the shape of the, you ready? Triangle. It has 1, 2, 3 corners, 1, 2, 3 sides. That is called a triangle. And the reason it's called a triangle and it has 3 sides is tri means 3. 1, 2, 3. You ready for another one? Did you guess the first one right? Okay, the next one. Let's see. I got a peek. Let's see. Okay. The next one has 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. But we've learned about 2 different shapes that have 4 corners and 4 sides. So you're going to need more to go on here. You're going to need another hint. This particular 4-sided shape has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Do you remember what that one was? 2 long and 2 short sides. 4 corners, 4 sides. If you know what it is, shout it out. Let me hear you. What is that shape? It is a rectangle. 2 long sides, 2 short sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. A rectangle has 4 sides, 2 long and 2 short. You ready for another one? I think you guys are excellent guessers. I think you're doing very well. This next one, okay, this next one has 2 rounded tops and a point at the bottom. Any guesses? It's a heart. It's rounded at the top on 2 different sides and they come together to make a point at the bottom. A heart. Okay, next one. Interesting shape. This one doesn't have any sides. This one doesn't have any corners. It just goes around and around and around. It is, of course, a circle. No corners, no sides, just keeps going around and around and around and around. That is a circle. You guys are really good at this game. I've got 2 more shapes to share with you. This one has, oh boy, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points on it. Do you remember what special shape had 5 points to it? Can you say it real loud? It's the shape of a star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. We never really did count the sides. Let's count the sides. We'll start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It had 5 points and 10 sides, and it's a star. We learned about this one at Christmas time. I've got one more. Can you think, before I give you any clues, can you think about what shape I haven't shown you? I showed you the circle, the rectangle, the star, the triangle, and the heart. What's the one I haven't shown you? Well, here are your hints. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, just like the rectangle, but this time, all the sides are the same. They're all the same measurement, the same length. This shape is a square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and every side is the same. It's a square. Nicely done, you guys. Well done. I would like to issue a shape challenge to you. Here's something that you can do when our time together is done today. You can draw all those shapes. Do you know that drawing shapes helps you learn how to write the different letters and the different numbers? Isn't that kind of nice? Once you learn how to draw these shapes, your hand learns how to make those lines and those curves, and you can start writing your letters and your numbers. So let's see, which one should I draw first? I'm just going to pull these all back, all of my shapes, and I'm going to pick one out. Let's draw a circle. If you have a piece of paper, you can do this with me. I am going to draw a circle. I'm going to start at the top and go around. I have a circle. Let's see. Oh, next on my pile is my square. So I'm going to try to make my sides all the same. I'm going to come really close. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Square. Oh, this is a toughie for me, but I will give it my best try. A star. It has 5 points, okay? I always have a hard time drawing a star, but I will give it my best try. I'm going to go up the mountain and down the mountain. I know that. And then over to the side and back. It's almost like it's got 2 little legs, 2 little pointy legs on the bottom. Hey, that's not too bad. There's my star. That's not too bad. Next in my pile is my heart. And we already practiced writing that. Now I don't have to trace it. Now I have to try to do it on my own. Let's see if I can. I'm going to go up the one rounded part, come down to the point, and then I'm actually going to start here. I'm going to go up the other rounded part and come back down to the point. There's my heart. I have 2 more. The next one in my pile is my rectangle. So now I'm going to do 2 short sides and 2 long. Here I go. I'm going to start with the long across the top. Short, long, short. I have 1 left, and it is the triangle with 3 sides. So I'm going to start at the top point, come down to a point, go over to a point, and meet myself back up at the top. That's something you could do today also. So you could trace, you can ask a grown-up to write a heart in yellow, and you can trace it. You can make your heart magnifier, and you can try to write your shapes. Those are some of the things you can do. Got a couple more. If you happen to have Play-Doh, I have some Play-Doh here. You can take some and you can create shapes out of your Play-Doh. Let's see. I'm going to flatten it. There are different kinds of shapes. I'm not going to make a 3-dimensional shape. We'll talk about those another time. I'm going to make flat shapes today. I'm going to make 2-dimensional shapes. So I've kind of gotten a ball, but if I flatten my ball out, let's see what shape I get when I flatten my ball out. What did I get? I got a circle. Let's see. Let's roll it up again. If I want to make it into a square, I'm going to make it long first. I'm sorry, a rectangle. I'm going to make it long first. And then I'm going to flatten it out and try to give it straight sides. Let's see if I can do it. Hey, that's pretty close to a rectangle, isn't it? Kind of a bumpy rectangle, but it's a rectangle. Then if I wanted to make the square like I talked about, and roll it out, flatten it a little bit, but I have a circle, so I have to straighten out the sides. So if you have Play-Doh at home, you too can take your Play-Doh and see how many different shapes you are able to create today. See how many you can make. If you have Legos, maybe you can put those together and make shapes with those. If you have blocks, anybody have Tinker Toys? You can put those together and make some shapes. Or Lincoln Logs. Or there's all kinds of different things you can use. What can you think of to use to make your shapes today? Explore your house and see what you can come up with. Toothpicks, you can make some straight shapes. Pretzels, if you have some pretzels, you can make some straight shapes. Now these things are hard to make circles with and hearts with, but try and see what you can do. One more thing before we go that we could do together, and then you can continue to work on your own later. Do you remember our journals? Every once in a while we pull our journals out and we do something inside. The last time we had our journals out, we did our New Year's resolutions. And I said mine was to be able to do the monkey bars. I'm still working on that. I haven't been able to do them yet, but I'm trying. So now I'm going to turn to my next blank page. See, there's no picture there. You can see, kind of see my monkey bar picture on the back of that one. I am going to create with shapes. I have a plate here. I have a plate here with pre-cut shapes. Let's see, I have a stack of rectangles, squares, triangles, and circles. These are shapes that I've cut out already. Now, what can I create with them? Now I get to use my imagination. I don't have any hearts. I might have to cut out a heart, but I can use my imagination. I'm going to take a glue stick, just like my pink marker. It doesn't want to open. And let's see what I can create. I'm going to put a little glue here, and I think I'm going to put a rectangle right there. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put a little glue here. And I think that space needs a circle. What do you guys think? Yeah? Well, I guess it's time for a new glue stick, huh? I'll put my circle there. So far to me, it looks like a letter. It kind of looks like I'm making a letter. From my way, it looks like a letter P. Let's see if I can make this glue work. I am going to put a little up here. And, I like how this is looking. That almost looks like a little hat. Let's see, a little more glue. About right. About right here. And I haven't used a square yet. Let me use a square. I don't really know what I'm creating. I'm just having fun putting my shapes together. So that's something you guys can also do. That's a lot of work for you guys to do today. Heart magnifier, heart tracing, trying to write the different letters. You can go around your house and find different shapes. You can go and cut some shapes, and you can make a letter page or a shape page in your journal. And if you have Play-Doh, you can do that. Make shapes out of Play-Doh, Legos, Tinker Toys, pretzels, all those things that we mentioned before. Well, you guys, that's a lot for you to do. Go have some fun, and I will see you Friday. And we're going to use our imaginations again on Friday. Come prepared. I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.